Hey guys, it's Jen. Late night with Jen. So, today was VLCD2 of my round 9. I keep writing 8 and having to erase it. 8 really stuck apparently. You know how sometimes you write a year that's just, it's like, 1998. What? Did I really write that? Anyway, began this round at 198.0, and after my first VLCD this morning when I weighed, I was down 2.2 pounds, which is pretty average. Andy, I'm making a movie, go back to bed. And this morning I was 195.8. So that's pretty good. I am hoping for a slightly bigger whoosh. I often have a slightly greater weight loss on the morning of the third VLCD, so we'll see. Today went fine. I'm not hungry. Usually I am days 2, 3, and sometimes 4, but hunger I had was pretty dull today, so I just guess it kept busy or something. I had 2.5 very lean Oscar Mayer hot dogs with the works on it. I had 2 tablespoons of hot dog chili sauce and a half a tablespoon of the 1-carb Heinz ketchup and a teaspoon of mustard and 32 grams of diced onion and 2 tablespoons of dill relish and 5 cherry tomatoes, all diced up in it. So it was the works. It was crazy. Everything but the bun, right? Hot dogs aren't the healthiest food there is, but I usually eat leftovers for VLCD lunches, and I don't have any leftovers yet. Well, I do now for tomorrow, but so it was hot dogs. And those hot dogs are only 50 calories each, so I did well. I think my entire meal was 180 calories. So, and then for dinner I made Italian beef and zucchini soup. It was really good. It made 3 servings. It was 300 grams of very lean steak and 3 zucchinis and a can of Hunt's fire roasted diced tomatoes with garlic and 2 packets of Mazola tomato chicken broth, which I really love, but it's very salty. And let's see. 2 teaspoons of Penzeys pizza seasoning, which turned out to be perfect, and I liked it much better than my usual Italian seasoning generic blend. So I'll be using the pizza seasoning from now on. There was no sugar in it. And that might have been it. It was pretty simple. I posted it on the Facebook group I'm on, and also to my generic account, so you would have gotten it if you're my friend. And one of the things talked about on one of my boards was P3 or low carb Doritos. Somebody was saying, well, I can make guacamole, but what do I dip it with? And I don't eat gluten, so I can't fry the low carb tortillas or something easy. And I suggested making the low carb Doritos, and I'm going to tell y'all how to do that right now. It makes about 4 servings. I think I modified this from a yourlighter-side.com recipe. I used 1 large zucchini grated, 1/4 of a bell pepper minced finely. You can put more than that if you want. 2 eggs, 2 cups of that Kraft Mexican cheese blend. Cheddar would work too. So would Monterey Jack. Some onion powder, dash of garlic powder. I also make, I dehydrate tomatoes out of my garden when I have too many to use, and then I blend them up in the food processor for powdered dried tomato, and I keep it in the freezer just in case. And I add some of that to it, and sometimes I add some ranch dip mix, a couple teaspoons of that if I want a ranchy style Dorito. Anyway, you press the zucchini out of the grated, you press the water, press the zucchini, Press the water out of the grated zucchini with paper towels, and in a large bowl you mix the zucchini and the other ingredients together, and it makes kind of a dough. And I put non-stick foil on 2 cookie sheets and spread this dough evenly amongst the two, as thin as I can, covering the sheets as much as I can. Thin is really better. And I have noted on here that you need non-stick spray too, like Pam, I guess, on the foil. I don't remember doing that, but maybe I did. I bet you wouldn't have to have that. But if you did parchment paper, I would use non-stick spray. Anyway, bake it at 450 for 12 minutes, and then you flip them over and bake another 5 minutes, and then you cool, and they'll be kind of pliable sheets usually. Cut them into triangles or into squares, doesn't matter, and put them on a dehydrator. Dehydrate at the hottest setting for several hours, or until completely crispy. And I noted it took 3 trays the last time I did it. So anyway, they turn out really crispy and crunchy and absolutely wonderful. And you can turn this recipe also, believe it or not, into a dessert or a breakfast cereal, depending on how you use it. You can use the same zucchini and the same 2 eggs, and instead of a Mexican or a cheddar cheese blend, use mozzarella. The Kraft mozzarella is very bland. It works very well, and it doesn't taste cheesy in the end. And then put some vanilla in it, and some sweetener, and some cinnamon, and take a little taste, and it needs to taste sweet. Penzeys cinnamon is really good. The China cinnamon, it's fabulous. And the batter kind of tastes like cookie dough, I remember that. And cook it the same way, 450, 12 minutes, flip it 5 minutes, use something non-stick, otherwise you'll never get it off the pan. Dehydrate it the same, and you can cut it into chips and eat it like cinnamon chips, or you can crunch it up after it's already dehydrated into smaller pieces and eat it with almond milk like cereal. And something that goes real well with it also is take those unsweetened coconut chips, not the shredded kind, but the chips. You can get them at netrition.com. You can also buy them at Trader Joe's, and they're like little slivers of coconut. And if you oil them a little bit, of course this isn't really P3, this is more P4, but oil them a little bit and then sweeten them with something and bake them in the oven until they're toasty and a little bit golden colored, and they kind of crisp up. And you could probably stick them in the dehydrator too, if because the trip from toasty to burnt is really quick. Or remove the golden ones and bake the rest a little bit longer, and you may have to do that 3 times or something. But the end product is amazingly like cornflakes. It's very good by itself as coconut chips, but it's very good also as cornflakes when eaten in almond milk. And I like to mix those 2 cereals sometimes together. So there you go. That's my HCG tip of the day, I guess. I'll see y'all again tomorrow. Bye.